This is my HO train layout. It's on a 14 by 9 foot board. The project started on September 21st, and in this area there was actually a room. This is my first attempt at a model railroad since I was 16 years old, and that one was a very simple setup. It was an O gauge on a 4 by 12 board, and there were 2 switch tracks and no scenery. As you might imagine, a layout of this size and complexity brought up a lot of issues that I hadn't even considered going into it. I'm going to stop the trains now so I can move the camera around and give you a little better tour. Okay, now with the train shut down, I can pan around and talk and not have to worry about a Gomez-Addams style train wreck. One of the problems that I ran into is this layout has 11 portals, single train portals, and 11 single and 2 double portals. So that means trains are going in and out all the time. I'm just going to pan around and show you some of the different portals that I discussed. That's a single and a double. And we've got one up here. Couple more over here, actually 3 of them, a single up there, a double here, and another single right there behind the pickle factory. So there's an awful lot of ins and outs. One of the early issues I had to deal with is how do I get access, how do I, there's a lot of tracks that are underneath the mountain and inside the mountain, and one thing I learned early on is it seems like HO Train's favorite thing in the whole world to do is derail, and there's plenty of that goes on. So I needed to have access. What I did is I made actually 3 ports. One opens right in the middle where 2/3 of the town is. A second access point is here under the left side mountain. And a third access point is here on the right. It's pretty well camouflaged. You don't really notice it until I do this. This is how I get access to the track along here, and also the track running underneath, which can be a little hard to get at, and this track right here. The layout is far from finished, but if you saw the last video, which I shot a couple of weeks ago, you'll notice that there's been a few additions. I've done a little more finishing work in the yard area. And also, we have a road under construction that's leading to the yard. And we've got a dump truck and a cement mixer and piles of road material and workmen that are doing all kinds of things down there. And there's a grader. So there's the new road that's being built. And we got a dump truck heading out with a load of rubble. This is a new road that just went in recently. And this is a school area with a couple of different schoolhouses in it. I suppose one elementary school and one middle or high school. I'm in the process of making a fence to go all around it. It's being made with brass and copper tubing and screening, and should look pretty nice. These are three of the traffic lights I just installed. They're about to turn green. Anytime now, there we go. There are three of them, and in a few seconds they're going to turn from green to yellow to red. And there they go. Okay, there's a better shot of the light pole. These are made, as I mentioned earlier, out of aluminum tubing. And I just finished those, got them wired up. I've got the four-way signals in the middle of town and a couple more like this on the left side of town. Also, you may notice that you can see a lot more detail. I got a much better video camera. You could see that up the block there's a family moving in, and there's the moving truck in front of the house. Here we have a bus stop with some people sitting and waiting. We've got one guy who got impatient. He's heading for a cab. We got a lady who's very impatiently looking at her watch, trying to see when the bus is coming. I started getting some nice details into the scenery. There's a hot dog vendor, a family eating. You notice a little garbage pail there, a couple of phone booths. There we have a mailman walking up to the mailbox. And I've started to install the street lights. These are all working street lights. I'll shut the light. You can see it a little better that way, and even better this way. Currently, there are two in place. When it's all done, there'll be 16. So, again, a lot more work to be done. And there goes the bus, ready to pick the people up. These are the four-way lights. There are three of those. These two aren't hooked up yet. This is a waterfall that I made yesterday. To give credit where credit is due, I got the idea from YouTube. The page is called Make a Diorama Waterfall. And the guy walks you through all the steps and shows you how to make the waterfall itself, how to put it into place, even how to make the swirly stuff at the bottom to look like, cascading water. And it came out really cool. I think it's very nice looking. The video you've been watching was shot on Saturday, January 7th. Today is Friday, January 13th. It's been kind of a busy week, so I thought I'd bring this video up to date. First off, I added track lights. You may notice that the portals are a lot more visible now because I've been able to add lighting to light up the whole board. So that's one of the changes. Another thing that I did is I added a gas station, actually two gas stations. The first one is near the yard area. This is how it looked last week. This is how it looks now. I'll zoom in on the gas station. It's a nice gas station. It's an old Esso station. As you can see, there's a tow truck in front. And here's the station itself. At the beginning of the video, there were a lot of green board areas showing. They looked like this. They've now all been filled in, and I've added a few new roads, including a tunnel heading out of town. That's right over here. And all the green areas have been filled in. So there's no longer any green board showing. The new gas station is toward the back of the layout, and it's kind of hidden away. And there's a little better shot of it. It's a Phillips 66 station. Aside from the new roads and the covering of all the green board areas, the biggest change is to the school. At the beginning of the video, I showed you where the school was going to be. And I mentioned that I was going to be making a fence for that. Well, that's now been completed. The old version of the school looked like this. And here's the school as it looks now. This is the parking lot where the school buses stay. And the gate that you see at the far end actually operates. It opens and closes. Here it is in the open position. Here's a better shot at the schoolyard. And we've got an impromptu teachers conference going on. So little by little it's coming along. Anyway, I think I've kept you way too long as it is, so we'll wrap this one up, and there won't be another one coming for a while until a lot more work's been done. So thanks for watching. Bye.